Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 7th. This week you have this card. It says it's time to celebrate. It says cultivate an air of celebration today. You have this become aware card. It says listen to the wisdom of your body. Yes, definitely. We had Mars go retrograde in your sign. And we're going to have Leo. We're going to have Mercury go retrograde in your sign on the 17th or 18th, depending on where you are in the world. So, what I would say is that having Mercury basically go retrograde in the same sign. What's important about this that I want to say is that Leo can definitely have to do with vitality, your health, right? And so a lot of you, even though it's a Mercury retrograde, not another Mars retrograde in the same sign, that Mercury retrograde could be bringing things up about your health. You're going to have to think back to last year when Mars went retrograde. Like, were you correcting anything about your health? Or even, that card says become aware of your body. It's like, sometimes I think our body tries to tell us something. And we just have to listen. And it's not necessarily like a health issue. It could be something else, like emotional or whatever. And so you might be like revisiting something, from last year till now, basically. And definitely something to think about with this energy. In your current general energies here, you have the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Sorry, I knocked this deck over. The Knight of Cups can be a knight in shining armor, and there definitely could be, there is a little bit of love here, so if you want it, there could be like a strong connection coming in for you. And, the Six of Cups is like a very kind of like playful connection. A lot of people read it as a card of dating someone from the past, but again, as I always say, the Six of Cups does not represent that. The Six of Cups is a card of innocence and nostalgia. It can represent thinking about the past, but it does not represent going back to the past. And so, again, I think that it's one of those cards where, like, someone said that once on YouTube and now everybody says it except for me, it is what I would say. But that's not what it represents. So, again, it can represent thinking about it, but that's about it. And so I don't think that's what the Six of Cups is saying. Six of Cups can be a soulmate. And so there definitely could be like a soulmate type connection coming in for you, or a person who really, like I said, sweeps you off your feet with the Knight of Cups energy. You have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands usually starts as communication. You also have the Page of Pentacles, which also usually starts with communication. So this could be a person that you just start talking to. Eight of Wands is also social, and I'm pretty sure that in your last reading I was talking about socializing. Like, I'm pretty sure I specifically said that if you want love, you need to socialize, right? So you could be meeting this person through a social opportunity, spending time with friends, going out, being in public, getting out of the house, right? All that stuff. For some of you, it could be social media, but again, I feel social. So I would say, get out of the house. And the Eight of Wands can also be like a friend. So it could be meeting someone through a friend, or it could be a friend that's in love with you. The Eight of Wands is also a very important card for you, Leo. Like, I'm pretty sure you get this with me all the time. And I'm pretty sure I've said to you that the Eight of Wands is about making your life easier. It doesn't say your life is going to be easy. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this, but I do. Because, people come at me and they say, like, you said that my life was going to be rainbows, gumdrops, and unicorns. I'm like, I literally never said that. I said easier. And life isn't perfect. Sorry if no one ever told you that. But, again, the Eight of Wands says, you need to take a cold hard look at your life, every single area of your life, and you need to look at what is causing the most friction. Can you smooth it out? Can you get rid of it? Can you make it easier on yourself? Whatever those things are, and I would do your best. It's not about being perfect with the Eight of Wands. It's just about, can you make those hard obligations? We all have obligations. We all have things we can't get rid of. The things you can get rid of, definitely get rid of them with the Eight of Wands. But the things that you can't, how can you smooth it out? How can you make it better? You have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is definitely communication. Like I said, I definitely feel communication here. Normally, we don't look at the pages as communicators. We look at the knights as communicators. But you have two knights. Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. And Page of Pentacles, I also personally consider to be a card of communication. So definitely like a person trying to communicate with you, or trying to message you, or whatever it is. Page of Pentacles is also something new. Now, this reading also looks very good for money. So for those of you that are like building something or have been building something, especially if it's involving technology, Leo, because we have the Ace of Swords right here with the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is like a system, right? That's how it's popping into my head, is that some of you are like working with a system. and very nerdy energy on that Ten of Pentacles. So, again, if you're working with a system or doing something with technology, I feel very, very good about that Ten of Pentacles. I mean, literally, like, could be, I feel like it's different for all of you. It could be you getting a job if that's what you're looking for. If you've been working on a business that involves following a system, then that's what it is. And I feel very good about it. Here you go. With the Knight of Cups, you're going to marry this person, Leo. Mark my words. This could definitely be marriage potential here. And, if you're already with a person, this is very good, too. I would say you have the Ten of Pentacles, which is like everything you want and desire in your life. So, really very good. Four of Wands, the card of freedom as well. It's kind of funny that I also feel like if you are, like, okay, let's just put it this way. If you're already with, it doesn't matter if you're already with a person or if you're meeting a person. It's like some of you I see like in the future could be like building a business with a person. Maybe that's not even in the cards in your mind. It's like maybe you're saying I would never start a business, but like don't be surprised if you and I'm talking about this might be years down the road, right? Or like a couple years down the road. But it would not surprise me if you ended up like doing something with a partner that like a person you marry, right? There you go. It's popping into my head. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Three of Wands. Yes, I think all Leos need to be bigger, play bigger, all that other stuff. I think that, taking bigger risks. I know I repeat it all the time in your readings, but it's like literally critically important for you, Leo, to take bigger risks, to put yourself out there more, to do things you've never done before. That's where success is going to come from for you, plain and simple. With the Page of Pentacles, you can't make this up. You have the Ace of Cups. I'm telling you right now, definitely a very solid connection in love. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, being very happy. I do feel like this is like a very happy-go-lucky type of connection where it's like, I'm not saying it's easy, and I don't necessarily think that relationships should be easy. I think it's also kind of weird, like, I've heard people say this before where they're like, I want to be in a relationship with no arguments. I'm like, yeah, but not really. It's like sometimes a person who doesn't argue or doesn't stick up for yourself, I'm not saying you have to be like having boxing matches every single week. That's not what we're talking about. But it's like, I think it's sometimes healthy to have healthy disagreements. It's like having a person who always agrees with you, then I would like call the cops because that means you're dating a person who's probably a freaking serial killer, right? It's like if they're always agreeing with you, that's kind of weird. So, like no one agrees on everything. It's literally impossible. So that's what I would say here. Like, this isn't perfect. I'm not saying you're never going to disagree, but I do think there's like a very nice flow. And that's the other thing as well, is that this person probably has healthy disagreements. They're not yelling. They're not screaming. They probably just, state their point of view and they accept yours and that's it, right? It doesn't have to be this like whole drama thing, right? Whatever. I was going to say something, but I lost it. Hopefully it comes back to me. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Tender Embrace card and the Seeing Beyond card. Yeah, like I said, definitely could be a very passionate connection. The Six of Cups kind of represents a childlike connection, but in a good way. It like as in it could be very innocent in a good way, and it could just be very nice, which is great. The Seeing Beyond card, here's the other weird message I'm getting here, is that some of you, if you're meeting a person, it's like, I feel that you could be getting, like, more in tune. Like, when you meet this person, as in, like, literally being with this person could have you, receiving messages, or kind of like, it could really heighten your intuition or whatever. So, something to pay attention to. I kind of feel like some of you are getting better at seeing the future, kind of. I don't think we really can see the future per se, but, I think we can get hunches. We can get accurate hunches and things like that, right? But I kind of feel like it's like you're very good at guessing, or it's like I feel that you need to really trust your gut, because number one, I think it could help you avoid bad things, but I also think it could help you, double down on good things, and I would really be paying attention. I would say for until like the end of the year, really. I would say don't stop, really, but until like the end of the year, pay attention to this. You have the Ace of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, probably like a brutally honest person. I find that Leos always end up with brutally honest people, or usually if they get married, they marry a brutally honest person. It's like my dad's a Leo, my mom's a Taurus, and my mom is, let me tell you something, she does not sugarcoat a goddamn thing, right? She, even with me, right? Like, I'll tell her my ideas, and she'll just be like, no. she will absolutely lay the smack down on ideas that I think are genius in business. She will be like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. She won't say exactly that. She'll say it nicer in a mom way, but I can tell by the look on her face that she thinks I'm an idiot. when I tell her some of these things. So there you go, right? And so again, I think sometimes Leos end up with brutally honest people. So it could be a very brutally honest person. I also feel like there could be a victory coming in for you clearly. So you have the Ten of Pentacles here. If you've been working hard on, something like technology based or a system, I keep having like system pop into my head. It's like this could be like maybe there is a certain way that you do your business or your career, right? Like there's a certain system that you follow. I don't know. I don't have anything good to say about it, but well, it is good. But I just don't know what I'm saying. Whatever that is good. If you're thinking about following a system, I also think that would be very good for you as well. It's like, there are plenty of, books out there that you can read about systems, right? About everything. And, even YouTube, there are plenty of YouTube videos for free where you can learn a system. So this definitely doesn't have to cost you money, right? This could be a free thing. But if you're already thinking about following a system, I would. You have the Six of Cups. Yeah, like I said, very childlike, playful, smooth, easygoing type of connection. Like I said, not saying it's going to be perfect. I'm sure over many years, if you stay with this person and marry them, then absolutely there will be disagreements. That's how life works. But, for the most part, I think that it just has kind of like a nice little flow to it. It's like not perfect, but, things kind of move forward. I think that you probably respect each other, which is the, most important thing in connections. So that's what I'll say there. I also feel that just in general, some of you could be having children. Just popped into my head. If you're having a child, congratulations. There you go. Popped into my head there. And I think things will go well. That's nice. The other thing that I'm getting is that you need to be more childlike. I feel that, this is another repeat message for Leo, that you need to be more playful, have more fun, do more enjoyable things for yourself, do things that are fun, like go to the movies, go do one of your hobbies, go have fun with friends and stuff like that. I really feel that those moments where you can just get out of your head would be really good. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is like slow, steady progress, moving forward, making progress in life. I feel pretty good about this. If you're looking for love, I feel like it has been slow. It's like maybe you've really been taking your time on a person. Some of you, I feel like maybe you've been kind of like slowly kind of like talking with a person and stuff like that, and it's just been slow movement. But I do think things are going to speed up this month, even though it's Mercury retrograde. That's the thing, is that if you've already been kind of like talking to a person, there's nothing wrong with dating a person during Mercury retrograde if you've already, been talking to them. So, the retrograde starts on the 17th or 18th, depending on when you are. Someone corrected me the other day and said it's the 18th. And I said to that person, the world doesn't revolve around you, believe it or not. Yes, if you're on the East Coast, it's the 18th. If you're not on the East Coast, it's on the 17th. So there you go. So you were wrong to that person. And I wouldn't normally correct a person, but they used the word actually, which that really, I don't know, when people are like actually with their little pencil protector and their calculator in their front pocket, it kind of just really gets me. So there you go. But anyway, what I would say, if they didn't say that, probably wouldn't care, right? But what I would say here is, again, wouldn't worry. I would just take your time. If you're meeting a brand new person before the retrograde or during it, it's like I always say, we shouldn't let astrology control our life. And really, I think it's a good thing to date during retrogrades, especially if you like a person, because as I always say, if they're gonna screw up, they're gonna screw up right away. If you wait till after the retrograde, it might take them 6 months to screw up. If you date them during the retrograde, they will screw up right away. Which I think it's much better to waste like a month than it is to waste 6 months of your life or a year, right? And so find out now. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Page of Wands. Yeah, a very adventurous time for you here, Leo. I think that it would be a good time for you to go on adventures, try new things. Just try something you've never tried before in your life. I know I say this every reading. I literally have been saying this to you for over 10 years that I've had my channel. Go back to the first reading that I did for you on this channel. I probably said it. With the Six of Cups, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. And so the Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? I'm pretty sure I said this to you recently. Like, I do feel some of you are wondering, it's like you're just weighing your options. You're thinking, do I or don't I want love? Or do I or don't I want a connection? I don't know. I can't answer that question for you. It's like some of you, yes, you want it. Some of you don't. I really don't know what else to say about it. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, very truthful person. Like I said, I feel like this is like very brutally honest type of energy, but like in a good way. I don't think they're like a jerk or anything like that. I think they're kind, but definitely, kind of like straightforward energy that I get off of this person. You have a lot of earth here, so it could be an earth sign. You have a little bit of water. You have basically everything. I mean, you have Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius with the Wheel of Fortune. So, it could be any sign. The Ace of Swords is also like a victory, and the Ace of Swords is also like laser like focus. That's the other thing. Like if you are developing a system in work or business, that could be why this is so powerful, is because Ace of Swords is a focus. If you're following a system in work, in your business, in your love life even, or whatever, then that kind of gives you a focus. It tells you what to do to aim in one direction. Eight of Wands. I feel like I say this to every single reading because I'm pretty sure you get the Eight of Wands with me a lot now. And the Eight of Wands, all those wands are going in one direction, right? We have to focus in one direction with that card. That's where success comes from. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this balance card and this ego card. I don't know. I feel like you are balancing your ego. I really have nothing to say here. I also feel like you could be attracting a person with a very balanced ego. That's the other thing as well, is like this person may come off as a little cocky. I'm kind of getting that energy, but it's like I'm a big believer. If you got it, flaunt it, right? Life is too short. So it's like one of those things. Are they cocky, or do they have the goods to back it up? Those are two totally different things, right? So as long as what they're cocky about, they can actually back it up with evidence, then fine, right? Same thing with you here, Leo. It's like maybe you need to brag more. Maybe you need to be more cocky in life. Maybe you need to take up more space, right? Maybe you need to say like, no, I'm the person for this job. I'm the person for this business. I'm the one that, I'm the one. Maybe that's what you need to say. That's it. I was going to add more, but that actually sounds better to me. Saying, I am the one, right? Maybe that needs to be your new mantra with this energy, for sure. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Four of Pentacles is playing it too safe. If I were a Leo, I definitely would not be playing it too safe, and because there's just a lot of energy, I feel, for you that is encouraging risk-taking, and there has been for a very long time. But, I don't know. Some Leos are slow or something. I don't know. But, I would be putting yourself out there more. I also feel like this is saying you need to expand towards something. Like, I'm not trying to be clickbaity here or anything, but with the Ten of Pentacles, it's like Four of Pentacles, very limited. He's sitting in a very small position. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire. So it's kind of like saying something is better, or something will be better than you think, or there's the potential for something to be better. Because you have the High Priestess, which you always, it's crazy to me that you always get the High Priestess with me as well. But Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire. So, again, you're obviously going to have to put in the work. It's like you can't be, Ten of Pentacles can come up, but if you're being lazy, then nothing's going to happen, right? So as long as you're putting in the work, then things will go well. The thing about the Ten of Pentacles that always strikes me for you, Leo, is that this guy here, he is an older gentleman. He can represent the patriarch of the family, and he can represent kind of like the inheritance. Like a lot of people read this card as an inheritance, but there's actually an alternative meaning to the card, which is that he is a beggar, and he's coming and he's bringing this family a gift, but he represents a person who has nothing to give. And so I feel for a lot of you that the Ten of Pentacles is my card of hidden and secret information. It doesn't say the information is hidden or secret. It just says that by doing your research, you will discover more. This could be about a person. It's like maybe you only see the outside of a person, but you don't really know what's going on underneath the surface. It could be this right here. Four of Pentacles, not much, right? When they move their head, it could sound like two rocks rattling around. Absolutely. Or they could have a very rich and vibrant inner life, but you're only going to discover that if you take the risk, right? So some of you could be doing that in love. This could also be in business as well. I wouldn't be making any assumptions in work. Especially if you're getting any new opportunities, you might think to yourself, that's not going to be that good or whatever. I'm not saying you have to overcommit to things, but I do think it would be a good time to try things, especially any systems, like I said. Next, you have the High Priestess. You are very intuitive. I always say Leos, I think, are the most underrated intuitives in the zodiac, so I think you need to trust your intuition. She also represents unlimited potential. She has no roof over her head, and so the no roof kind of says that there are no limits to what she can accomplish. What the only limitation is what she thinks, what's going on up here. So I think for a lot of you, this could say that you need to kind of reach for the stars. I think you need to reach for the next galaxy over, is really what this is saying. If I were Leo, because of Neptune and Pisces, Neptune's in Aries, but it will retrograde back into Pisces, I would be trying to do something hard right now, or, it's like something very challenging or very difficult, right? With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Fool. Yes, it's going to be a risk. I literally said risk, and you get the Fool, which is the card of taking a risk, taking a leap of faith. So you're going to have to take some sort of leap of faith to get to the Ten of Pentacles here. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the King of Cups. Could be a water sign or a watery person. Could be just a very emotionally connected person as well here, Leo. The King of Cups has very deep emotions, and he can express his emotions very well. So that could be the type of person you're attracting. The King of Cups can also represent the home. There are some cards in the tarot I call clue cards. The King of Cups is one of those cards. So a lot of you could be getting a lot of benefits from the home. You could be learning something new from the home with the Ten of Pentacles as well. Some of you could be moving with this card, but all that would be very good. Here you go. With the High Priestess, you have the Hierophant, which would be divine counterparts. So I like these two more than the Emperor and the Empress because these two are like spiritually guided together. So it could be a very spiritually guided connection. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Future card. It says, you have perfect clarity in a situation. Trust your inner knowingness. You have this Unrevealed Secrets. It says, what is happening on the surface is not what you'll see if you dive deeper. There you go. Ten of Pentacles. I literally said that. I didn't even see that card, and I literally said something about like the outside and the inside, like the outer world and the inner world. There's something much deeper going on here. I feel this is either one of two things. This is either a work thing or a love thing for you, Leo. So, you're all different. You're all focused on different things. But again, I'm telling you, like, dive deeper into something that you're interested in right now because there's a lot more to the story. And I feel like I've said this to you before, but like I literally said that and you get that card. That is crazy. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. This is actually very good. These three cards together in the good stuff would represent ending a difficult cycle. Nine of Swords is a difficult cycle. Ten of Wands, he is about to reach his home in the background here, and he's about to end something that has been a challenge for him. So, again, I think a lot of you are about to end a difficult cycle. The Wheel of Fortune is also about like wanting to feel more in control. I think this is something that Leo has been working on for a very long period of time in your life. Like a long-term personal development theme for Leo is, accepting responsibility for your life. And I think a lot of you just are doing that in general. And again, to me, that's kind of obvious because of like your astrology for many years, I think has been encouraging you to do this. You have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I think you're ending some sort of negative or challenging cycle. Nine of Swords is like a round and round energy and never-ending nightmare. But he's having a nightmare. He's woken up. He's stuck in a nightmare. And so he needs to get out of the nightmare. And that's what he's trying to do on that card. You have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands can represent carrying a heavy burden. He's carrying a heavy burden, but he's about to reach his home in the background here. So he's carrying these 10 wands, but he's about to reach his home. And so, again, in the good stuff, this can say that you are about to reach a finish line, or your hard work is finally coming to an end. It's like your hard work is finally paying off. So that is good as well. The other thing I feel here for you, Leo, is going this direction right here. It's like I feel like you're finding something very rare as well. But it's like you put the work in to find it. It could be work, could be love, could be your health, whatever. But it kind of feels to me like you're discovering like a rare opportunity. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Seven of Cups. Yes, again, this would kind of represent taking control. He is spoiled for choice, but he needs to pick one choice. And again, in the good stuff, this could say you are picking a choice. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles. Yes, again, I feel like you're coming out of the cold. Very good. Again, in the good stuff, this would definitely say that you are ending a difficult cycle. And here you go. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Star. You cannot make that up. I literally just said you're finding something rare. The Star would be finding a star, finding something special, right? So I literally feel this reading is saying you are discovering something special. It could be a person, a place, a thing, doesn't really matter. I think whatever it is, it's going to be very good for you, Leo. So I love this reading for you. Very good. You have this Rabbit card. It says, too much concern with sexual matters. So, again, I would be careful of anyone like this or any people like this. So, yeah, just be careful. You have this Career card. Yes, I think a lot of you, Ten of Pentacles. Really good stuff for money, and especially if you're following a system. Kind of like a couple of things. If you're following a system, good. If you're being very focused, also good with this energy. If you're working in technology, or, you could even be... The other thing is you could be investing in like a new technology for your business. So like maybe like a new software or a new technology for your business. If you're doing that, I feel very good about this reading. You have this bird flying. It says news is on the way. Definitely could be some good news coming in for you here, Leo, so love it. You have this candle card. It says you will be shown the way. Star is having that North Star, having that guiding light, having that one thing that you follow that guides you towards success. So very good. You have this 4-leaf clover. It says great good fortune on it. Yes, 10 of Pentacles. I mean, a lot of fortunate cards in this reading. It's a pretty amazing reading, really. Probably one of the better readings I've had for you in a long time. So definitely could be some good fortunes. But this looks very good, Leo. Love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.